Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Wanjiko Mirigi, counseling psychologist based in Nairobi, Kenya, going through the book of Proverbs as we look at what the book of Proverbs says about narcissism, toxic, abusive partners, abusive relationships, and even the victims. Isn't it? We've seen it in a couple of chapters. So today, being 30th, we're going to go through the book of, not the book, the chapter of the second last chapter of the book of Proverbs. See, I told you, Proverbs has enough chapters for you to read every day in a month and you're done. And then on first, you begin again all the way. And each day it speaks something new. It's going to be speaking amazing. It's going to give you amazing nuggets and you will feel awesome and you will get more wisdom. And today it's actually talking about how was it Arthur, if I am not wrong. Not Arthur. The sayings of Agar. How he talks about how he's not a wise man and he's not a god because he doesn't have wisdom, he doesn't have understanding. But the book of Proverbs gives you that. Trust me. And I'm sure you've enjoyed in the month because we started on first. Coming this far, I am sure you have learned something. I am sure there's that one thing that has spoken to you. And it will be nice from tomorrow you start saying, this is what I picked, this is what I enjoy, this is what I don't agree with, even if you're doing that on a day-to-day basis. So what are we being told about narcissists today? What are we being told about narcissistic partners? What are we being told about abusive one? And what are we being told about the victims of this relationship, if at all there's anything that it is saying? So in this chapter, it's very interesting because it's talking about three things that do not say enough, four things that are just amazing in life. Example, how the grasshoppers just proceed without a king, but they move in progress really amazingly. How the ants are able to collect and keep and sustain themselves even in the months when it is winter. So there are a few things that are not more about narcissists, but even about human beings in general. So the first verse that we are gonna pick is verse 15. And it says, the leech has two daughters. Give, and they will never at any point say, I've had enough. It is give every time they cry. What do we know about narcissists? What do we know about toxic people? What do we know about partners who are abusive? And also, what do we know about their victims in this relationship? It's forever crying. It's forever being sad. There's a darkness that just surrounds that. It's like you're almost at the death or at a point of giving up. And the toxic personalities, abusive narcissist, they're always taken away from you. And even people who've been in financially abusive relationship, what they'll tell you or what they have experienced, and what I know is that if you even try to make a little money, as we take the example of a woman, because also we've said it's not just men who are abusive, we also have women who are very abusive, narcissistic, toxic. So you'll find, yes, we're already talking about this thing. You're married, you're living together, you have begun life. And in beginning life, maybe you are working, maybe you are not. But we say maybe you are not. And you find yourself that this man is a good provider. Like he's managing to, not managing, he's able to sustain everything in the house without you having to worry about finances. But because of the abuse, and the reason as to why it becomes financial abuse, it's because you will be denied even access to money because you're not dancing to the tune of your partner. It can be that the shopping has ended, and this will be someone who does shopping like even up to 20K a month. But because of you questioning, or because they feel you're becoming a bit free, or you're getting a kind of freedom with the money that they are providing for you, they'll close the tap of finances. And some will not even close it right in your face. It will be that things have run out and we need to do shopping. They will not say no, but you will be kept pending. And you see, because of being so used to having the access of the finances, you don't even sit and think that maybe you need your own money for a rainy day. Because also you'll be given exact for what you need. Or they're in the presence when you are doing this. And mark you, it's not only people who are suffering. You can be that this person has bought for you a car that is fueled every week, and you're given even pocket money. But at this particular moment, and the pocket money that you're given, you're not free to just spend it. You need to give an account. So it has reached a point where he's feeling some type of way about you. It may not even be anything that you have done, and the tap is closed. Now you don't have airtime. For women, you cannot buy pads for yourself. You can't even tell someone, we go and drink tea somewhere in just enjoying. No. So that is one example. You'll find also that there are those ones who have come together. They are married. Both couples were working. Then now you decide, which is something that we do a lot, we decide to pour in the resources in one place. But one individual is one who's going to control the finances. And it's okay because not everyone is abusive. But, or however, you will find that this person is going to start drawing everything and you're left with nothing, including even your own transport to work. Or you will find those ones who you are married, they will not allow you to work because they feel either because of culture, because of pride, because of quote unquote love, or even just pure, simple, plain love. They want you to stay home and be the one who's the homemaker. You won't refuse something like that because it's really pleasing, satisfying when you're raising your own children. However, you're not allowed to have a brain of your own. Any money that comes in is to this person. So you've come in together, you're pouring into one account. There's going to be convincing of leave work because you have this much. Maybe children have started coming. We have this much. It reaches a point where, again, they're cutting you off. Or they're forever placing or putting all the monies into projects that are benefiting themselves. You will be convinced that it is for you and your family in the future. However, you will find out that nothing is in your name. There are also those ones who will forever be asking you, how much do you have? Please add to this. We do blah, blah, blah. And I will never stop saying this. If there are people who know how to convince you, narcissists, abusers, toxic partners, when they want something, they can bring heaven down, and I promise you in your head you want to say no, and it may be clearly you're even seeing hii ni kichinjio napelekwa, I'm being taken to the slaughter, but because of the convincingness in them, and of course you loving them, but the convincing, you're sold so fast that you're left with nothing, to a point where you cannot buy even basic things for yourself. That is how financial abuse happens. That these people are going to use finances to control you. Every decision. That it reaches a point, and maybe you're even, they have said it before, you're working, but you have nothing to show for the salary that you get, for the business that you do, for anything, because at the end of the day, you're bringing in. And the verse that is normally used is the two will become one. And you do really want to put in, because also two are better than one. Because if one is bringing 50, another one 50, that's a whole 100. And like when you just have a 50 that you need to stretch too much in a month, and someone will convince you, and you will see sense of, yes, 100 will do a lot more. And because you know you're building a life with this person, you give in. But little do you know that at the back of their mind, what they are doing is give, and you have given everything you have. And there are women who also say that they have even taken loans for their husbands, but never seen what the money did, never been assisted to pay back. It becomes a gone case like that, and you struggle to pay because it's your name that is on the line, right? Then there's something else that this book says. Also, something that I should have added, as I was saying, how smooth their tongue is. This Proverbs 30 also says one of the four amazing things is a lizard that can be held with a hand, being in a palace as well. The other one is a man and his way to a young woman. Like, how it's a mystery when a man has decided that's the woman I want, and it's not just purely for love, but there's something that they want to gain, and it's something selfishly gaining. This person will move heaven and earth to get you. And Proverbs has acknowledged, and you see and you look and you're like, with all the education, with all the exposure, yani, even you fell into that trap. Yes, you do. So this is why we shouldn't look at people who've been in an abusive relationship, in a toxic relationship, in a narcissistic personality disorder kind of relationship, and you start thinking you are being a fool, or you should have known better, or you should have seen the red flags earlier. It is because even Solomon agreed that the way of a man with a young woman is so out of this world. It's just really, really super wow. All right. So the other one is verse 32. And verse 32 say, if you play the fool and exalt yourself, or if you plan evil, clap your hand to your mouth or over your mouth, because it is like how you twist the nose, blood shall surely come out. If you have been, there are people who feel stranded, stuck in the relationship, and what you want to do is unalive someone, or is hurt someone, or you're planning evil against the person. The worst thing about these things is someone who's evil is evil, and someone who's good is good. Or do I say someone who's righteous is righteous? And you will find that there are people who, because of society, they have to maintain a kind of status quo. You don't want to be labeled as the divorced woman or the divorced man. You decide that I will hire hitmen to do something to the partner who's been quite evil to you. And because this is not your thing, you will be caught. Like, a thief is a thief, and someone who's never stolen, you shall be caught. And even the thieves, they have only 40 days, and on the 40th day, they are also caught. So you will find that, yes, you have tried. Yes, you're the end. Yes, we understand. Even God understands. However, cover your mouth. Oh, and just don't do it. I'm not supposed to tell you what to do, but in this situation, consider yourself advised. You would rather walk away. Even give up everything that you've done and start life afresh, and like having blood on your hands. And there are women who have gone to certain extremes, and you can watch them on YouTube, of where they were like, I just needed to eliminate this person because like they'd had enough. Or you find men who are like, this one, in like, enough, they've completely stripped me of my manhood. The only thing I can do is eliminate, because it will be the end and I don't have to deal. But that is not an end, it's only a beginning of more trouble, because you'll forever live with the guilt, with the blood of these people in your hand. There's going to be evidence. You can't do this to someone's nose painfully and they fail to nosebleed. It's the same thing with you planning evil against someone. I know, I get you. I have been in those shoes, let me tell you. And I understand that there are days when helplessness is all that you have. It's only a dark cloud that follows you. and you pray for your own life to end and it doesn't. And now what you have is, okay, let me look for a way to eliminate this person, because you might be feeling that there's nowhere to go, there's no one to turn to, there's no how of anything that you can be able to do. And especially if the abusive partner has power and has like even the money to be able to influence all the people around you. But it's not everyone who's going to be bought with money. Trust me, you can start. You can start again, even if it is with washing clothes, if it is even selling with mutumba. There is always a place that you start. There's when you've hit rock bottom, then you know there's no other way to go apart from up. And if you have children involved, you don't want them living with your fear into their generation and into the next one. You'll rather have that I stood, I walked out, and I could, and I did, or I walked out, I tried, and I was unable, which unable may not happen. Because there are therapists out here who are willing to help you. There are safe homes that you can go to and you seek help, both men and women. You don't need to feel that, even if you're feeling it, but I need you to understand that there is a help out here. There is a way to get out. Even the cops, it's not all of them who can be bought. The systems are also working and helping both men and women, and a lot more the children. And even if law you feel like it's not doing enough, let go and move on. You'd rather move on alive. You'd rather move on healthy. You'd rather move on with a mind that is not thinking of anytime being caught. You're not a suspect everywhere and anywhere you go. That is it for 30th. Listen to these things and listen to them again. Even share them with your partners. Share with friends, share even in your groups. It's really, well, as long as people are getting help, share wide. All right. And if you feel that there's no one at all that you can talk to, private message me. If you feel that also you have been pushed so hard that you cannot be able to afford therapy, reach out. As I've said, there's enough help going around. That is it for now. Schools are closing, so a lot of commotions and noise. That is it for today. We shall see you tomorrow. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening, and ciao.